with all the things going on with Xbox and PlayStation and what's going on with exclusivity or whatever the case may be, I'm kind of curious because nobody's really talking about Nintendo. What Nintendo is going to do going forward? What lane are they taking as they're continuing to promote the Switch and do other things when it comes to their gaming? I'm gonna just give you my thoughts and what I think they're going to do and how things are going to go from there. So hopefully, you guys will check this video out. If you clicked on this video based on your recommendations, I really appreciate it. This is the VF Cast channel. Over here, I talk about gaming and everything in that umbrella. If you don't mind hanging around, subscribe to the channel, like the video, share this video, and give me some feedback in the comment section because I usually respond to any feedback that's down there, and I really appreciate everybody who has been rocking with me. Over 700 subs, trying to get to 1,000 by the end of the year, and it's all thanks to you guys. If you can push me over that line, so let's get into this. Let me tell you one thing about Nintendo. What I love about Nintendo. Nintendo always try to find themselves to be doing their own thing, and they always try their best to make really fun and really enjoyable games for all ages. And a lot of people used to clown Nintendo, and I understand why, because the Wii U was not necessarily the best console or the best appealing. It wasn't an appealing console for the masses, but I do have an appreciation for the Wii U. I think I said that right. The Wii U. I do have appreciation for the Wii U, and some of the games on there are really good, and some of those games are on the Switch. And me and my son, and it took the situation with my son for me to actually appreciate the Switch because he plays his Switch a lot. He has a lot of fun with it, and sometimes he wants me to play with them because there's a lot of co-op games on there. And I've been playing Kirby. I've been playing Mario Wonder, Mario. I played Mario Odyssey, which is a one-player game. I've been playing a lot of other games with him that were just co-op, and those games are absolutely fun to play. And me and him, just created some great memories. And got to the point where myself. I'll show you right here. I have my own Switch Lite right here. It's in a little case or whatever, but I have my own Switch Lite right here where I play games on this as well. And I do take the time and play some games on it when I'm just, sitting in the bedroom or just chilling out on the couch or whatever. And I've got so much appreciation out of it. And it just makes me think like Nintendo is just going to be in this area to where I think they're just going to continue to do what they've been doing and just create great games for their audience. Now, do I think they're going to stay in the handheld lane? Probably. I don't see them actually ever making a box that will be on the console side where it's actually hooked up to the TV. The Switch was okay hooking up to the TV, but I look at it more as a handheld, and I actually enjoyed, playing it that way over on the TV, to be honest. At one point, I was the total opposite. But I just feel like they're going to continue just to push what they can. Probably have a console around, PS4 Pro, maybe, like the Xbox One S, graphic capacity. They don't really push graphics that hard. It's just that games just look that beautiful, so you really can't tell. Man, if they really made a 4K device for their console or for their Mario games or their games in general, that would be absolutely awesome. But I just think that they're just going to continue to just keep it safe, keep it simple, keep this stuff exclusive because I don't see them ever going to PC or going ever to another platform. And to be honest, if you're over there on the side where you're playing, Nintendo games, you're going to have great value with any game that you buy that comes out of that camp. I've yet to really see a game from Nintendo that's either just like a bad game or it may not be that good of a game, but the quality of the game was absolutely great and you just love looking at the visuals. Excuse me. Or you were just looking at anything, with the game and it was just enjoyable to watch when you watch someone else to play. And I think that's where Nintendo really fits in at the end of the day. I think they're really kind of setting themselves away from the console world. They're not necessarily trying to compete with the Sony or the likes of Xbox or anything of that nature, or even PC. They're not really trying to compete with them as well. They're just going to be doing their own thing, and I think that's just with all the things that's going on with gaming, with all the things going on with gaming. I think this is what Nintendo is doing and what they will do. I think is always going to be a refreshing side of gaming. They don't try to push any agendas. They don't try to push anything on people at all. They just want you to have fun with their games. And I think that's one of the beautiful things about Nintendo, even going all the way back to the NES, the Famicom. If you go from there, even though some of their business practice was like really harsh and abysmal, but when you move up from the Super Nintendo, N64, GameCube, Wii, on and on and on, they've always wanted to give you games that was fun to play and enjoyable and memorable. I mean, to this day, even me and my son was just playing Mario Galaxy on the Wii, and we were just having a good time with it. Even though the controls, the controls are a little pretty wonky, you play with these nunchucks, they're pretty wonky, but we always have fun. And I think at the end of the day, even if you're not a Nintendo fan and you just want to play something with high quality, man, I don't know how you don't have a Switch. I'm serious. I was a guy for years, and I got videos telling you I slept on this console maybe 60% of the generation, where I felt like I would never be playing a handheld or whatever, but here I am now. It just took my son just to start playing, and I enjoy it. And man, I'm telling you guys, it's great. So with all this stuff going on with Xbox, PlayStation, PC, everything under that umbrella, because you just don't know what's going to happen from day to day. Even though I think Nintendo had their little issues with laying off some people. I could be wrong, but I think they did. Even with all that, they're still going to be. I feel like they're going to still be in an area where you can always depend on them to have some type of game that you can play that will be high quality. And it's absolutely awesome that you still have somebody around. Now, for me, and I know this may not be everybody's taste. It may not be somebody's cup of tea, but Nintendo to me is kind of like the Chick-fil-A of gaming. Like Chick-fil-A's always have like this high quality service. The food is good. You can't go wrong when you go there. Nintendo is kind of like the same way. It's like they may not have the AAA titles that everybody want, and they may not have like the high budget, the top budget games or whatever. But the games they put out are always, pretty much high quality. And for the most part, and it's not always, they're good games. Some games aren't for everybody, but they even, the Pikmins of the world, which a lot of people like. I didn't like that game that much, but I learned to like it because my son, just I guess with having him around made me appreciate the games more, because it takes me back to a childhood when I was that kid, and I love playing my NES and my Super Nintendo. It was just a time where I enjoyed the quality of the games that was out there, and he has that same sentiment, so I guess that helps a lot. But Nintendo, what they're doing, I think they're going to be doing a great job going forward with all this turmoil. They're going to be the ones that continue to give you quality games. So let me know what you guys think. I'm going to get up out of here, and I'll see you guys on the next one. All right, y'all, I'm out. Peace.